Hey guys, welcome back to Alchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So I'm doing a little different reading. I don't do these, but I'm going to do a cross-watcher video. We're going to break it down into elements and then within each zodiac sign. So we're going to start with Earth energy. And the cross-watcher in this case could be Earth energy, okay? Now take the messages as they resonate. This is a collective. It's not every message is going to make sense for everyone. But if your person is of Earth energy or Earth sign, then this could resonate. This could be the situation that you find yourself in, or the cross-watcher finds themselves in. Ugh, that's like going to be a tongue twister. Please follow this channel and also TikTok and Instagram. I'm on there too. So it would mean the world to me if you do. It always helps out. So overall energy for the Earth signs cross-watchers, they're doing things by the book. That's not out of the norm for an Earth energy. Earth signs move slow and steady. They're very methodical. They're very determined. They have a lot of discipline usually. And this is also about signs that are very grounded, and there's always a purpose or a reason why they do something. They have very loyal, very big hearts. Also, Earth energy, a lot of, like if you're going to use Taurus as an example, who represents not only the Empress, but also the Hierophant in the tarot deck. The Hierophant is a very much traditional type of energy. It is all about, moving within boundaries, and it's moving within a set of rules, and it's having comfort within those kind of parameters. So, typically Earth energy does kind of work within that. And, we need people like that out there, right? So the cross-watcher, if they haven't approached yet, or they haven't made this declaration of their feelings or thoughts, they're maybe trying to be very methodical and very strategic in how they approach. And they're also really trying to observe the situation, because remember, these are individuals who are very loyal individuals. They have a big heart. So if they feel like their ego is going to get trampled on or their feelings are going to get hurt, they're probably not going to make a move, okay? So Taurus, let's start with Taurus, and then we'll do Capricorn and Virgo. And I'm so sorry. I've already filmed this video a couple times, and there's been issues. So the cards are already pulled out, and I do apologize. I pulled a couple cards from different decks. So this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Taurus, you guys, the cross-watcher, who might be Taurus, does feel very blessed. This is someone who, I get the feeling that they know who you are, or know of you, or they're acquainted with you in some type of way. I do feel like they've been praying for someone like you. And I'm saying that, and praying doesn't mean it's like a religious thing. They could just be very grateful that you've crossed their path in their life. I'm saying that because this little fairy is kind of in this meditative kind of prayer stance. And they're just really gracious that someone like you, someone that they've really hoped and wished and dreamed for, is out there. And they're trying to figure out, how do I approach this person? What do I say? Do they feel the same way? It's almost a little bit of kind of like they're thinking so much at this point that they haven't really made action or a move yet. They got the dog card. So this person is probably really, 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 really loyal, almost to the nth degree. Remember, Earth energy in general, but Taurus especially, is very loyal, almost to a fault. And sometimes that can, I don't want to say get them in trouble, but they can be in relationships and support people that don't deserve their loyalty, and they don't find out until it's too late. So this type of person has probably learned that throughout their life, that they've given so much of themselves and not gotten in return, that they're trying to be very thoughtful in what they do. And also I think they're being respectful of your situation for whatever reason. I don't know what each of you are going through, but this is not only a very loyal person, but they're very devoted and dedicated when they're in a relationship, especially to the right person. Obviously a dog is, they're supportive and they're there by your side. And I mean, that's how this person really wants to be in the next relationship. And you're kind of in their line of sight, okay? So interesting tarot cards here. We got Three of Cups, and then we got the Empress card in reverse. So actually Taurus rules the Empress card, or the Empress. And the Empress is all about love, romance, relationships, manifesting deep desires, money, you know, the finer things in life. And Taurus is all about that, right? So, but one thing though, I will tell you is that Taurus can get a little caught up in this, and sometimes they can get a little lazy. So I do feel like this cross-watcher, this could be that there's been so many false hopes, or there's been so many challenging relationships in their past that I think they're really scared to make that present leap because they don't know how you're going to react or how you feel, and they don't want to put themselves on a limb. Speaking of a limb, we got 3 of Cups and we have little birdies on a limb. You know, this is trusting that that like branch isn't going to break, right? So they're trusting and hoping that if they do reach out, that, you know, that lifeline, that branch is going to stay intact, and it's not going to just be, you know, a fling, not just like this, you know, once in a blue moon, you know, you guys hang out and that's what it is. It's something more, it has more substance, and it's actually something that can go the long term. 3 of Cups absolutely can mean a reunion, a celebration. It can. And for some of you, it can mean that this cross-watcher might be having a little bit of lack of confidence, and that, you know, what's happened in their past might come back into their present. And even though, yes, that's a valid situation, and yes, that's a valid concern, but ultimately, if you've learned your lessons and have grown, and hopefully this person has, this cross-watcher, that, you know, what's happened in the past, and that doesn't mean that it's going to happen again in the present or the future. 3 of Cups can sometimes mean that there's been a third party situation. So for some of them, they've gone through kind of this cheating issue, where I do feel like they were the person that was cheated on, and it's almost like they're so scared that this could happen again. So Taurus, the cross-watcher is, like I said, I know that they're kind of like, they're trying to figure out how to approach, but they're also very scared and nervous that their heart might get broken and their ego might be bruised, okay? And that really is a deep wound for earth signs. Capricorn. Oh man. So your cross-watcher, there is some definite past issues here with feeling orphaned. This could be someone that they will give everything to their partner, and probably have in the past, and they literally have been left out in the cold because it wasn't good enough, or, you know, and Capricorns are one of the hardest signs in the zodiac, but Capricorns can, they'll tend to put all their focus into work and career because they want to have that stable life, where other areas in their life will go unnoticed, or kind of they won't put as much attention or focus, and relationships, for example, can deteriorate because they haven't worked on those things, right? So I do feel like this cross-watcher, Capricorn cross-watcher, definitely has that like underlining fear of being left out in the cold again, when all their focus and effort to work hard to build something, a relationship, or for their future partner, you know, that's why they were working so hard. But if you don't communicate that, then the other person won't know, right? So hopefully that person, this cross-watcher, has learned that lesson. Interesting though, if the Capricorn cross-watcher, and like I said, I feel like this person probably knows you. I don't get the impression that this is someone that isn't aware of who you are. I do feel like they kind of know who you are. We got King of Water, which is kind of this Cancerian energy, and actually this card rules the Chariot. Chariot rules Cancer. Cancer rules the Chariot card. Sorry, that was backwards. Now, one thing I will tell you is that a part of them really does, it's like they want to be very conservative in how they approach, but they also want to like move in really quickly, because a part of them knows like this person's fabulous. He or she is not going to be on the market very long. And if, you know, I need to be the next person in line, and it's kind of like that pressure is mounting a little bit for this person. And so they're kind of in this like rock and a hard place where they want to move in and like sweep you off your feet, or at least say something or start the conversation or get it going. But also a part of them is like, God, am I going to mess up this relationship like I did the past one? And I do feel like the past relationships for this Capricorn cross-watcher is probably on their end. Like they chose to put their focus elsewhere, even though their intentions were really good, but they didn't communicate very well. So I do feel like they want to move in, but they're just like, oh, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to give it my all. Because Capricorns are very much like 100%. They do it 100% or they kind of don't do it, you know? At least the ones I've met. So out of the tarot, we got, and this is a new deck, so forgive me. We got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then we got the Nine of Cups. So here's, again, this is kind of this push and pull. Number one, they can manifest this relationship. They have a lot of confidence, I think, deep down where they can approach and they can make this relationship work with the Nine of Cups. And this is a relationship I think that they really want, especially with you, because they see you as their counterpart, their other half. A faded relationship where they have this, like, this is my person, like, they get it. And I know that they would be a really good fit for me and I would be a good fit for them. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, so this is kind of what I was talking about. It is remembering that energy has to be fluid. Energy has to flow. So it's not, maybe this Capricorn is in a better place financially or money-wise where they're not going to be as like focused on only one thing and let their relationships kind of like fall to the wayside. But what I will tell you that this is always going to be a struggle, because if Capricorn ever slips when it comes to their finances or they don't feel as stable, they will put 100% focus back into that, because that to them, providing for their loved ones is a really big deal for a Capricorn. So all I can tell you is that this is a lesson that this person has to keep in the back of their mind, is that I have to remember to let energy flow, and I can't control everything. And, you know, sometimes you just have to say la vie and, like, you know, it's life. Move forward and see what happens, and you'll always kind of find your feet. So just FYI that this person is always going to struggle with that potentially. Virgo. Oh, goodness. You guys got the Fates. I love this card. Oh, this little fairy is so gorgeous. I love it. And she has her little hair. It's like little Cupid doll. I love this card. The Fates, to me, this is 100% a fated, destined type of relationship. Now, I'm not going to tell you that these relationships they're not going to end up in being karmic. I can't tell you that for every single one of you. I don't know. So some of you, this is certainly a fated soul connection where it's going to last the test of time, or it could be a fated relationship where it's going to last for so long and it's a karmic lesson. And I know a lot of you hate that, but you know, as we go through life and we get older, we evolve, and sometimes the partners who are with us now don't evolve with us as we move forward. Okay. So, but this definitely feels like a fated connection, Virgo. So this crosswatcher Virgo, this is fated, and they look at that and they see you as this person where they're like, oh my God, this is, you know, and Virgos are not good at communicating feelings all the time. They're very fact driven, and they're very, you know, it can be very black and white. They're very detailed, and sometimes the thought of kind of this perfect relationship gets in their way of having really wonderful people in their life. So no one's perfect, by the way. So, you know, I think that this is something where they see that you could add a lot of value to their life, and it could be the perfect relationship for them. Okay. One thing that they got the element of air, which Virgos, even as earth signs, they get in their head a lot. Okay, so Virgo will overthink things. They will look into things. They'll over review. They'll like think of every single scenario, try to squeeze blood out of a turnip. So again, they're very detail oriented signs. So this could be that this Virgo, even though they know and feel deep down that this is the right thing, they are overthinking on what to do. And so it's hindering actual progress and action, which that can be very typical for a Virgo. I do think, though, that there's a lot of energy that they have in their life, these Virgo crosswatchers, that they need to get out of the way. I always tell people, even my clients, we're all responsible for removing energy out of our life that no longer deserves space in our life. So you can add room for new things to come in. And I do feel like this Virgo crosswatcher is very much in this situation where they need to get out of their own way, and they need to remove, you know, maybe self-doubt. They need to stop thinking of, gosh, the wind gauge, the wind temperature needs to be at 35 degrees northeast, you know, like they just need to like let things go and happen naturally and unfold naturally, because, you know, the best things always do, right? So the two cards that came out for Virgo, this Virgo crosswatcher, is number one, like I said, man, see, they got the 10 of Cups, which is an incredible card. And this is very much like the happiness card, the fantasy life that they have in their head absolutely can manifest. And they can have all of these things that are going to make them happy and just, you know, really fulfilled in a relationship. The thing is that they got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And I don't feel like they have self-doubt that they actually deserve a relationship or a person like you. And they're going to cog it up again. You know what I mean? And it's because this is, sometimes when we think too much and we think of this fantasy life in our head, the narrative we create, but we're not making any action to be in a relationship like that or manifest a relationship like that, it's only going to stay in your head and it's not actually going to be something you experience in the 3D, right? So this Virgo, and I think that when I talk about self-doubt, I think that there's some inner work that they really have to focus on to remember how much value that they can bring and not to overcomplicate it. You know, shadow work is never easy, but it's always really important and fulfilling because you become stronger, not only mentally, but emotionally, and you can add a lot more value to someone's life if you've worked on yourself. So I think this Virgo, even though they see you as this really wonderful, you know, person and that can be kind of perfect for them, like I said, I do think that they need to really work on themselves and understand that their cup needs to be full before they ever approach someone, because then they're not ultimately going to be able to give somebody this happy life that they really want to create. Okay. So guys, I hope you like this reading. Again, it's for cross watchers, but there's nothing wrong with getting a little insight, insider facts. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for the support, and also follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I always post there too. So also, if you're interested in becoming a member to members content only, which is exclusive for Alchemist members, you can go on my website. It's a very, very affordable rate for a month, every month, but it's full of content, a lot of discounts, exclusive information. So thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.